Hey everyone, today I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you about my experiences with both Frog Lube and Slip 2000. When I first got into shooting, the first lubricant I really used was the Hoppe's number 9, the standard stuff, and it worked fine for me. But every time I'd clean it, I'd have people complaining about the odor that it put off. So I'd heard a lot of good reviews about Frog Lube, and one of the things that was obviously appealing about it was it actually has a really pleasant kind of minty smell to it, as well as being non-toxic and kind of safe for the environment, which here in Oregon is pretty popular. So I decided to give it a try, and it worked great. I'd put it in pretty much all my firearms at that point, and was running them and was having zero issues whatsoever. So I'd been using it for a couple of years, and then when I bought the BCM that you guys see here, it came shipped, lubricated in the Slip 2000, and along with a free sample of the Slip 2000, the EWL or Extreme Weapons Lubricant, as well as their degreaser. And so I decided to give that a try, and it'd been working really well in my BCM, and obviously I'd read really good things about the EWL as well. In fact, below I'll go ahead and give you guys a link to the story of the Filthy 14, which was a BCM rifle that was lubricated only in Slip 2000, and I believe it's at 50, somewhere around 50,000 rounds now. The story that I'm going to link to you guys is, I think, around the 30,000 round count, only being lubricated in Slip 2000 without cleaning. I think they cleaned it for the first time maybe at like 26,000 rounds. But anyway, so I'd heard really good things about it. So I decided a couple months ago, when I was going on a trip with some guys to do some wilderness training and some firearms training, to use the EWL on the firearms I was going to take, since I knew all the other guys, at least the majority of them, were going to be using Frog Lube, because I figured it'd give me a good opportunity to kind of compare and contrast the two. It While we were out there, it was usually hovering right around the freezing point, maybe a little bit below freezing. So it was a lot colder than I typically run my firearms in. And I noticed that almost every single person who was using Frog Lube, whether it be in their rifles or in their handguns, was having issues. It was jamming on them. It was just kind of really gumming up and stopping their action. So all of those people ended up having to clean out all the lube that they had and either use the Slip 2000 that I'd brought, or any of the other lubricants that a couple of the other guys brought, to include motor oil. Just regular motor oil seemed to work just fine as well. So that was kind of an eye-opening experience for me, seeing how poorly it seemed to perform in the cold weather. Now, I know, according to Frog Lube and from a lot of the reviews that I've seen for it, they always seem to say that it works great in cold weather. So I don't know if it was just a matter of the way that the people were applying it to their firearms or what. Again, it was every single person that was running Frog Lube ended up swapping it out. So after seeing that, and I'll also say that the Slip 2000 in my Glock and my BCM worked flawlessly. I had zero issues, zero malfunctions the entire time we were out there. So after that outing, I made the decision that I'm not going to use Frog Lube anymore, at least as far as any of my defensive weapons that I plan on using for any serious purposes. I'm pretty much just going to be running Slip 2000 exclusively at this point. Now, like I said, I really liked Frog Lube. Again, the smell is very pleasant. The Slip 2000 doesn't smell bad. It just kind of smells kind of a more typical gun lubricant, which I really don't mind. And it's also non-toxic, non-hazardous, which is a really nice thing to have as well. So I'll probably still use my Frog Lube on some of my stuff that I just kind of keep in a safe. But as far as anything that I plan on using seriously, I'm probably only going to use Slip 2000 at this point, or at least until further notice. If I find that I have issues with that as well, or if something else comes across my path that I decide to use instead. So I just figured I'd share my experience with you guys. If you have experience with either one of these two lubricants, please let me know. If you've had any issues with either one of them, especially the Slip 2000, I'd love to hear about it. And just to kind of hear what kind of performance you can expect from these in all different climates. So Appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you.